I've known Gary Griswell since 1991. He came out to Clinton, Oklahoma to train me on what was then known as the RMI train system. I didn't know anything about it. And Gary came out and was there to teach me how to run the system, how to set the files up. And though he was a little shy in the beginning, I think I was probably a little shy back then as well, it didn't take us long before we became good friends.
Gary is a significant contributor in the short line industry. We affectionately know him as the Grizz, and I know that the industry refers to him as well as the Grizz. But when I recall when I first came to GE that I came with some background from the Class 1 perspective, but nowhere near the depth of knowledge in the short line industry. And Gary was an immediate part of my team. And I knew to respect and to bring perspective based on what Gary had to say about the industry and the customers that knew him.
Lorenzo Simonelli was the president of GE Transportation when we were acquired. And before the actual closing of the acquisition, he actually came to Atlanta and had a meeting with the employees. And the first 20 minutes of his talk was about integrity and about how important that was with GE. And immediately I thought, well, you know, this might work. This might work actually very well.
His values are laced with integrity, with trust, with a compassion for the customer and for the employee and for people. I mean, Gary just seeks to do the right thing. And so I know the industry is losing a lot of knowledge and a lot of talent, and they will lose that with Gary as well. And we've discussed, and he's not going to be retiring for at least 20 years, but we are already putting people up against him that he can mentor and that he can help transfer knowledge to relative to his insights for the customer and insights for the industry.
One thing I found out is GE is not afraid to change, and we've gone through a lot of changes, but they do understand the value and what it means to be a partner in the industry, and part of that means being part of the association. So I'm really proud of that and appreciative of that.
Gary's always been heavily involved, at least to my knowledge, with the ASLRRA, volunteering at these meetings, putting in a lot of time, going above and beyond what I see a lot of other people do when they volunteer for this organization. Never says no to anyone that needs help or needs his input, just stellar performance.
Anytime I call Gary, email him, text him, however you can reach him, he always says, yes, I can help you. I'm happy to help, happy to do whatever I can. He chaired the annual convention a few years ago and did a great job. And he's going to chair again in 2018, and I have no doubt that it will be another great job. Gary, thank you for all that you've done for me. Thank you for what you've done for this industry. Thank you for what you've done for this association. I adore you, Mr. Griswell.
Now with being part of GE, it's just important to, I think, to give back, to be part of it. If you're going to be part of this this industry and really try to help out, then you need to be part of the association, because it's really what brings everything together. I'm very happy to enjoyed my time as being chair of the meeting in Orlando, 15, and now will be the chair of the meeting in Nashville coming up. And it's just a lot of fun. It's a lot of work, a lot of hard work, but it's a lot of fun, and it's just great working with the professionals, both in the industry and with the Short Line Association.
My favorite moment of Gary Griswell is the opportunity when he and I can seek a moment and a time to get out of the office and go to lunch and just sort of catch up on everything that's going on. Gary is a great family man. He's very involved in the community and the church, and certainly he does wonderful things with our customer base. But my favorite is to get a good Harley story going on. And he's had so many road trips with the Harley and with many of the railroaders, and many of you out there in the audience, you know who you are. You've been on those trips with Gary. And it's just a wonderful time to listen to his stories. And the reason I think that I enjoy that so much is because it embraces all that Gary is. I mean, he loves God and country, he enjoys living, and he enjoys capturing all the happiness that life has to give, and the Harley stories help embrace that.
The Shorelines are a very hardworking group of people, very entrepreneurial, and they work hard and they play hard. They love the family, love their customers, and it's just a lot of fun getting to know them, getting to learn about their families, and the relationship is probably the best part about being in this industry.